Facebook. Are you listening? Hey guys, it's James. It's Friday. It's the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Alright, so that's it. That's all I'm going to do about that. That was it. Just the one little deal. And let me explain why I'm not a big fan of the Star Wars Day or whatever the hell they call this thing. Here's the deal. Star Wars Day is not a real thing. Okay? So in 1979, so the legend goes, some political party, I guess the conservatives or someone, texted Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher on May 4th saying, May the 4th be with you. So it's not a thing. And I'm not a fan, right? And this, again, we've talked about this. I'm a geek, so I've got this very general, well, not general, very broad spectrum interest in a lot of different things. Hey, Renee. But Star Wars is definitely one of them, and it definitely was something that helped in the formation of the things that are important to me. But yeah, it's not really a thing for me, you know. I mean, I don't line up for Star Wars movies, and I don't have to be there on opening day. I mean, I just saw the last movie when it came out on video, so I mean, it's not. I'm not going to get in a fight over Star Wars versus Star Trek for either side. Debate, you know. And I think it's important to understand that fanboys or fans are very different than just your typical geek. And I know I'm saying that with R2D2 sitting there under my shoulder. I mean, it's definitely important to me, but I don't have to deal with everything. Hey, Leah, I miss you guys in the group chat. I'm in the different group than y'all now. Anyway, Yara just got a hold of me too and said, hey, you know, and she was looking around for me in chat, and I'm not there. I'll get caught up, though, with all you provers. Anyway, so that's it. That's my hats off nod to May the 4th. Actually, one of the things I'm really excited about today is this really, really cool movie. And some of you people, my goal this month, Leah, is rank 3. I'm sorry, rank 2. So yeah, I guess I have a little ways to go. But I mean, I'm going to shoot for 3. I don't know. I haven't really wrote it down yet. So anyways, one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me happened today. There's a movie. It's called Some Girls. It came out in 1988 in a limited release. It was an independent film starring Patrick Dempsey and Jennifer Connelly. Among others. Those are pretty much the predominant ones. It's set in Quebec City in Canada. And it didn't do real well in the States. Like I said, it was a limited art house release. And I loved it. I fell in love with it. It's about a college student. He visits his girlfriend over Christmas break in Canada. And when he arrives, thinking that it's the start of the best week of his life, she tells him that she's not in love with him anymore. And then after that, it's kind of a character study about this very eccentric family. And it is literally the reason I want to retire in Quebec. That's where I want to end my days on Earth, is in this. And I had no idea what Quebec was, where Quebec, I mean, you know, I was 18. I wasn't, you know, heavy into geography or anything. So this movie took me by surprise. It wasn't like anything I'd ever seen before. And for those of you that know me just as a geek, you probably don't know the incredibly diverse interest I have in film and music. But it's an amazing movie. And top it off, I've been looking for it for almost 15 years so I can get it, you know, digital or a copy of it. But it has not been released until, I don't know how recently, but recently in the United States in quite a long time. So I'm very excited to add that. I think it's number 703 in my collection of digital rights movies. So it's getting up there. When I hit 1,000, I'll slow down a little, maybe. I'm not really that avid a collector, to be honest. I've got a lot of friends that are much, much more into it than I am. But yeah, so Some Girls was way more interesting to me than that. Another thing that was interesting to me, right? You ready? Is I went to Target. You know, they have LPs at Target now. And I picked up Purple Rain. I mean, it's probably like the 1500th pressing, right? I mean, it's not like a mint vinyl pressing first release, but I've got Purple Rain on vinyl again, which I haven't had since someone sold every LP I had a few years back from a storage unit. Actually, it was like many years back, like 12 or 13 years back from a storage unit. So that's very exciting to me, too. Purple Rain and Some Girls. Much more exciting to me than the fourth being with me. And I think that's really all I had. I mean, I think I might want to talk about ketosis for a minute. What do you guys think? Ketosis. And here's what I want to talk about. First off, I'm going to throw someone under the bus real quick. Christy cheated. And then almost immediately after she cheated, because we're work buddies, right? She got a headache. So, serves you right. But I'm wondering if anyone who knows more about ketones and ketosis, she said she bombed today. Yes. And Danielle's agreeing. And Danielle saw it. She was there too. If they can tell me if you rapidly come off ketosis, if that can cause a headache. And I'm just curious, if anyone has any science for that. I'd love to hear about it so I can make fun of my friends when they cheat. Yeah. It says right here, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say any side effects. I mean, I Googled it, but there's nothing that I can see. But maybe, it has something to do with capillaries getting quickly opened or, increased blood pressure or something along those lines. I don't really know. But I do know that cheating also has a secondary result on ketosis. You guys want to know what that is? The second result is number 2. Right? You get it? Number 2. As in, you might go number 2 a lot, like after you cheat, because your body initially starts to flush. And then the other cool thing about that is, Leah says she went to Subway and had one of their new wraps. Are they low carb? Because that's cool. I would totally go to Subway for that. So you totally flush. And so in order to compensate for that, by the way, so Christy, you might want to think about that. You got to drink a lot of water. And when I say a lot of water, I mean, look, dude, I'm just under 200 pounds. I'm drinking over 100 ounces a day. If I cheat, I do like 150. So I'm just saying, no, it's probably not. Okay, so you want to make sure you drink extra water tomorrow, because about 24 hours after you cheat, your body says no bueno. Does that make sense? But I'm really curious if anyone knows that when you're on a low carb ketone body state and you assault your body with Reese's peanut butter cups, Christy, I'm looking at you, does that cause headaches? So yeah, if anyone knows, I'm interested in finding out. Leah's saying yes. She did 3 Keto Max today. Wow, is that because you cheated and had to get back into ketosis? Because I totally have done that. Oh, she's going, oh. Yeah, that's cool. Anyways, if you guys are not joining me live on Facebook every night around 10:30, I enjoy talking about just whatever the heck pops into my head. And then once a week on Sundays at 10:30, we do the Everygeek podcast. If you would be so kind, go subscribe and leave a comment on iTunes or on Anchor.fm on your computer or Android device. And please feel free to spread the word. I always enjoy having people around and people to talk to. And yeah, that's great. So they're both laughing their butts off in chat, by the way, Leah and Christy. And both of them apparently had a productive day, so that's very good. I mean, if you're going to cheat, you might as well score, right? You got to do something important, like knock all your chores out or something, right? And then celebrate. Why not, right? That's what I say. Oh, and Lee has Anchor. You do have Anchor. You probably listen to Jessie Lee, the People's Mentor. Amazing podcast. Thank you, Renee. She's listening to the podcast. I had no idea you were listening, so that's good to know. So this coming Sunday, I've got one topic out of 3 for the podcast. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with, we're right at the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to wrap this up, is a podcaster and a former podcaster have both asked me to talk about setting up a studio and what equipment I'm using and what equipment I enjoy using and how you go about it and what it costs and what kind of hosting you do, et cetera, et cetera. So we're definitely going to talk about that. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't know. You guys tell me what number 2 should be. And I don't want to talk about poo. Number 2 cannot be number 2, not for 30 to 45 minutes. I can't maintain that pace for that long unless I cheat on Saturday and we do a live from the restroom. I don't think that would be a good idea, personally. I'm very nervous. Anyone you guys share with me if you think on Wednesday coming up, I'm having a photo session with a professional photographer to do my in-progress results. I'm halfway to my goal from when I started. And that is really outside my comfort zone. Doing this video is outside my comfort zone. Right now, I would rather be right behind this microphone where no one could see me than anywhere else. But people that I trust and respect have told me that I need to get out in front and need to be vulnerable, right? I'm not really sure how that helps, but it supposedly makes you relate with me as a person. I don't know, maybe. But I'm going to give it a shot because, if I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't need mentors, right? I'm just saying. That's why we get them. So Wednesday, I'm probably going to talk about that a little bit. Let me know what you think I should do about that. If our Bomb City Keto shirts are here on time, I'm gonna try and work in, because 1, 2, 3, 4 of us from that group all work together, and we should all be there on that Wednesday. So hopefully we'll do a Bomb City Keto group picture. So that'll be kind of fun. And I don't want to talk about Star Wars or May 4th on the podcast. So literally, thank you, Leah. I appreciate that. Hey, literally, drop me any topic you want to hear about. All right. As a matter of fact, one of the ones I'm kicking around is a full series recap of Lost in Space. Thinking about talking about how maybe. So if you want that, you can drop a 1 down below. That's the new Netflix show that just, you can binge watch the whole first season. Number 2, you drop a 2 below, not for number 2, but if you want me to talk about why I think the Fear the Walking Dead might be getting better than The Walking Dead. And I never thought I'd say that, so that's like a shock even to me. But I just binge watched that yesterday, which is why I wasn't on a live, because I was literally watching The Dead, because we all know how important that is. And then drop a number 3 if you want to hear more about bug out bags, survival kits, and how to sharpen your knives at home effectively. I don't know, maybe it's something you want. I actually saw a really cool magazine at the store today when I was checking out, and it was called Preppers Magazine. This is at Target, so I might have to check that out. Preppers Magazine. It's about, or no, it's maybe it might be Off the Grid. I don't remember. But it was a magazine for people that are going off the grid or prepping. I'm not really a prepper. I'm more of a don't get caught completely naked guy. Right? So yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. Christy's saying something. What about what we talked about today? Oh, yeah. Okay, Mandela effect. Drop me What is that, a 3? You know what? Let's drop me a 5. Mandela effect. A big old fist, a hand, a fist, or a 5. If you want me to talk about the Mandela effect, which is essentially the concept that all of us have not originated from the same reality, that some of us come from an alternate version of the place we call Earth. Okay, look, Danielle's already jumping on that. So yeah, as a matter of fact, I might even be able to get, if you guys are interested in it, one of the foremost podcast experts, who goes under the name Guy Fawkes, onto the podcast. Maybe. I know you're listening, Guy Fawkes, under your real name. Don't worry, your secret's safe. I won't reveal you if you come on the podcast. Okay, cool. And then, all right, so we'll talk about that. All right, that's it. That's all I got. We're at 15 minutes. I don't want to waste your time. I hope I provided some value. If I did, please give me a thumbs up below. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, YouTube. That's it. You guys always get that extra couple seconds.
All right, I think I'm going.
Of me looking stupid. But here's what I want to know. Is anyone on YouTube watching Facebook? If you are, drop me a 7. Lucky number 7 down below. And are any of you on YouTube listening to the podcast? If you are, drop me an 8. And literally, I want to know. And by the way, if you want to reach me directly, you can always reach out to me via email. allthingsgeek@yahoo.com is probably the easiest way. But yeah, you guys have a good night. I'm sorry I don't always make eye contact. Is that a problem? Should I be making eye contact with you instead of with Facebook? Because, you know, this is you. This is Facebook, this level. You, Facebook. Let me know. All right. Hope you're getting some value out of this. If you want to know more about the ketogenic diet, leave a comment below. I'll hit you up.